I hope you're hungry because you're listening to Everybody Eats.
What's up? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Everybody Eats podcast. I hope you guys are having a great week. It's your boy, Bensky Belazaire. We have Edom Ekpe, co-host, on the line, and we're here with a special guest, Miss Rua Hamid. So this episode, doing something a little different. We're starting to talk about nonprofits. So this is something that I found interesting. I know a little bit about it, so I want to learn more. I saw Rua had an initiative on Instagram, so I reached out and just want to say thank you for hopping on today's episode. So before we get into that, make sure that you're following us on all our platforms. Our YouTube page is up. That's Everybody Eats Podcast. All our episodes are on there. I'm almost complete putting them all up on there, but our episodes are currently on there, so you can watch those. We're on audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. So make sure to like, subscribe, and follow our Instagram page at Everybody_Eats Podcast on Instagram. TikTok will be coming out soon. And yeah, that's all. So let's get into today's episode. So, Miss Rua Hamid, do you mind just introducing yourself? Where are you from? What do you do? And then we'll start talking about the nonprofit.
All right, cool. So, first things first, thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming.
So my name is Rua Hamid. I'm a senior in Queens College. I major in geology. I'm a geology major.
Okay.
With a studio arts minor. Queens College is in Queens. I do not live in Queens. I live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, what else? Like a little bit about myself.
All right. So, of course, we love our, Edom and I went to Queens College, so this is not the first time we have someone from Queens College here.
Yeah.
It's funny, just like a little side note, I was thinking about the other day, I was like, yo, like, QC really has some really amazing people. Some people I feel like maybe they downplay or don't give enough credit to the public universities or just the CUNY system, but I can definitely say throughout my time at Queens College, I've met some really amazing people who do a lot of initiatives. And our podcast is just proof of that. We've had a lot of people from Queens College, and this is just another initiative. So, Rua, you have a nonprofit called We STEM?
It's called We Are STEM. So
We Are
the
STEM.
acronym for it is W STEM.
Okay. So the acronym is W STEM. So could you talk about what is it? What do you do? How did you start that? What's the story behind it?
So I am the founder of the nonprofit We Are STEM.
Okay.
How we created ourselves is kind of complicated story. So I always wanted to bring sciences to minorities. I felt like that was an important thing to do, especially in like the Black community.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know a way to like go about it. So I knew a lot of people that had nonprofits, like one of the directors of the SEEK program. I'm also in the SEEK program. I'm president of Gen 19.
Okay.
And also one of my best friends, she works for a nonprofit, and I have a good friend there who's who's also a founder of that nonprofit in Far Rockaway. So yeah, I always wanted to support the community, do something in sciences that will help the community out, and also just spread the word about science, that science is not what people usually think it is.
Yeah.
It's more than like biology, chemistry. There's sciences and everything. Science is not just math. You don't have to be a math whiz to love science. Like there's more to it than what is perceived and what people may think. So the way I created it was with a group of friends.
Okay.
Right. So this is people in the sciences who are interested in the sciences. There's accounting majors, business majors, PR. It's a mix of people, and we're all minorities. There's a few people. There's a few white people in the group, but we all have the same mission. And at first, when I brought about the idea, there's a few opinions. Some people said I shouldn't do it. Some people said I should do it. like is mostly other founders from other nonprofits. So yeah, the people that said I shouldn't do it said that I shouldn't do it because it's a lot of work. You're still young. I don't think it should be like it's you're literally putting like your whole life into it. It's just too much to do, especially at my age. Like it's not worth it.
Mm.
And other people are like, yes, this is like an amazing opportunity for like us minorities and Black people of color. Like, go ahead and like they're telling me like go all for it, especially our head of PR and We Are STEM, Kat. She's the one who actually like pushed me. She was like, do it. It don't matter what nobody says. Like if you're passionate about it, then you just like go ahead and do it.
Shout out to her.
I was like, I was like, you know what? I was like, whatever. I just did it. Like, yeah. So like even though like it takes money to get, it's like paperwork. It costs money. Fundraising. You need to have money to make money. You know. Yeah. So I didn't really worry about that because I knew like the people that worked with me in We Are STEM we would find a way no matter what.
Yeah. So
that was basically a story, and I just got a group of friends who were well-rounded and like from diverse groups, finance, PR, graphic designing, and we just did it. And we started in March. And already we presented in Google. We had our first big fundraiser, which went like tremendously well. And we're still working on, it hasn't even been a year, and we're still working on some like amazing things, and partnering with amazing, organizations and museums like Museum of Natural History. We're trying to do Brooklyn Museum. So we're trying to, especially Black-owned businesses, we're trying to partner with. We partner with Queens College, HSI STEM, which is another organization for Hispanics in STEM. So, we have a lot of things coming. But our main mission for the organization is to network, inspire, and enhance minorities. So, like if I ask you guys, right, name a Black scientist.
Yeah, I think we went over this the other day. I said the only person I knew was George Washington Carver.
And like how old is he? Like
And if
I tell y'all name a white scientist.
Like Elon Musk, Einstein.
Elon Musk, right? It's not like they're not there. It's just y'all don't know about them. And there's an abundance of Black scientists, especially in New York City, that we don't know about. And our mission is to, inspire people of color with these scientists. And also in New York City especially, this is our main target, just to inspire, network, and enhance students in New York City. It doesn't even have to be students, actually. It's people, it ain't no age to learn something. There's no end point in learning.
No, of course. It could be for anybody and everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's exactly what we're trying to do, and show that science is more than what it is. It's fun. Science is fun, and we're trying to show y'all that.
Yeah, for sure.
How fun it is. So
I definitely I admire you for that, because I would say that one of the goals of the podcast would be a similar mission of trying to bring out like professional development, business awareness to enhance it in the minority community. So I definitely understand that, and I know when we were speaking about this the other day, you were just saying how some people were saying, this is not something that you should pursue. It's going to be a lot of work. But I'm glad you didn't listen to those people. I'm sure they had their own reasons, but if you were to start any type of business or go on any type of venture, it's going to be the same work, the same stress, or the same hassle that you're going to go through. But that's not the point. Like, it's about how you're going to persevere, how you're going to get over it, focusing on the positives, how you're going to help people in the end. So that really goes to show also the importance of just supporting each other. And like you said, that your one friend told you, like, no, you should go for it no matter what. And that's real important, to have those type of people around you in your circle to always encourage you, no matter, this, starting this may be hard, it may be new, may be difficult, whatever, but, having those people around you to keep on encouraging you to say, like, nah, this is something you should do. If you really feel about it, if you're really passionate about it, if this is what you really believe in, then, go with it. It doesn't matter, how hard it's going to be, because that's all part of the journey. You know what I mean? Now you can look back and be like, man, like, we overcame that, or, it wasn't even that big of a deal now I think about it, or maybe it was a big deal and we got over it, you know what I mean, and that we just learned through it, so it's all part of the process.
And at the end of the day, I'm not losing anything. I'm still young. I'm 22. Like, if it doesn't work, it don't work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an overthinker, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like, if I make it, like, I don't know if people are committed enough. I don't know if people will like this. I don't know if, like, I didn't know I could do it. I was just, I was just very negative about it. Yeah, I was overthinking it, and I just stopped thinking and did it.
That's what it's about. Just go ahead and do it. So, I want to speak. I know you said that you had an event at Google and you had a fundraiser. So, would you be able to speak a little bit more? I know that interesting story. You said at Google you partnered up with a different nonprofit, and then you were able to speak with them at the event in Google, I believe. Yeah. So we partnered with HSI STEM. So, like I said before, HSI STEM is just a nonprofit organization that targets Hispanics and Latinos in STEM. So they were doing an event in Google, and they asked us to pick some students from our nonprofit and to present we had an option to do anything, but we decided to do a panel about our experience as Black people, as Black students in the sciences, right? And this is a group of minorities as well. So that panel went really, really good. I feel like we inspired a lot of people, especially in that organization. And we also got a lot of networks there as well. So, and there's a lot of people from Queens College. It was a mix of people, not only just mix of students, not only from Queens College, but different CUNYs. So that was like a great experience. That's really cool. And then about the you mentioned the fundraiser. So how did you go about that? What was that for?
Okay, so the fundraiser was just a fundraiser because, like, as a nonprofit, we need money, but we can't, we have to fundraise and get donations to get money.
Yeah.
Because it's not for profit.
Yeah.
So we broke. We just just started.
Yeah.
So we needed a fundraiser. So this is our large fundraiser, but this is like our biggest fundraiser since we started in March. And we wanted to make the most money from this fundraiser so we can start off 2020 doing the things we want to do, the events we want to do. So the head of PR, her cousin, this is all networks. Like, we would not be here unless, like, we didn't know people.
Yeah. Using those networking skills, yeah, for sure.
It's networking. Networking gets you anywhere you want.
Yeah, for sure. Say it louder for the people in the back.
It's serious. This is like networking, especially. I feel like as a minority, you need to know how to do. Fake it till you make it. You're not a people person. Fake it till you make it. Like, you quiet. I was really quiet in middle school. Like, it was like recess. I would sit in the corner, like, not talk to nobody until I know, like, I thought this ain't working for me. Like, I need to speak up. I need, like, to talk to people.
Yeah.
So the head of PR, her cousin had a venue and whatever, and she's also, a person of color.
Yeah.
And she was like, it's like she loved the mission, she loved the organization and what we was trying to do. So she was like, I have this venue space this time and this time. Y'all can do the fundraiser, do whatever y'all want. So venue down packed, we got it for free, right? And then everything else, we got the money from little fundraisers we did in QC and Queens College. it was a little bake sale, so we just buy little like goods from Walmart and stuff, and just sell them throughout campus, like crazy throughout campus, and we made a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
So with that money, we got it was a brunch fundraiser. So yeah, it was a brunch fundraiser. So we had like, liquor. It was 21 and up. So we had, Bellinis, mimosas.
Okay.
We had a set. Yeah, it was DJ. We had a DJ. We had a menu, which was like three things to pick. It was like pancakes, rasta pasta. It was a very diverse menu, like rasta pasta, barbecue jerk wings, stuff like that.
Boy, that sounds good.
So, yeah, we all had a good time. People got lit, dancing, whatever. A lot of networking. It was really fun. And we're thinking about making this annual fundraiser probably like around the same time.
Yeah. And
just a big annual fundraiser, because that one turned out really, really good, and we made a lot of money.
That's what's up. No, that sounds
especially from donations.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, and I hope you do, because that I'm sure even I think we spoke about this before. Even if you're in the sciences yourself, or you're not particularly in the sciences, but if you have interest, I think that's definitely an initiative that you can get behind. And like you said, science is in everything, regardless if it's in like medicine or even I'm in the business and the finance field. Science goes into a lot of the IT and some of the backward stuff. There's sciences that goes into that, computer science. So it's part of our everyday life. It's in almost every industry that you need it. So it's something that we should all be, at least if you're not necessarily in it yourself, but you should be somewhat conscious, aware, and you should be supporting these type of organizations and initiatives, especially, reaching out to these minority communities, showing them a new career path, a new job path that, it's more than just what you think, or more than maybe just what you're being told in school, but there are a lot of other positions, a lot of other jobs that you can, read up about, try and research, do an internship, and if you're interested and that's your passion, go for it. So
exactly.
I think that's
especially. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But so we have 3 pillars, like I said. So to inspire, enhance, and network. So networking we would do by bringing Black scientists to these to different communities, or have events with Black scientists, and also so that would be like the networking part, and especially giving them access to internships you can't get access to normally by just looking in Google.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like I'm gonna shop like NASA, maybe like NASA, right? You can look up certain things in NASA, but because VR STEM is affiliated with NASA, because we partner with them, there's specific jobs and opportunities that you can't get by just applying online, because we know certain people and they know how good we are as a nonprofit and what we want to bring to the table. So that network itself, and you being in that nonprofit, puts a name on yourself. It's like a sticker. So that's what we're trying to build for the networking part. And then for the enhancement, it's not just like teaching them, because we want to enhance minorities, as in give y'all the tools that school doesn't give you.
Do you guys plan, I would say, field trips for visits to facilities and stuff, whether in New York or outside New York, or
so right
labs,
now
there you go, that's the word.
Labs.
Yeah.
So we want to do that eventually, but right now we're pretty small, probably 30 members. Like I said, we just started in March, but we're still growing, So right now we're just, we had a meeting actually last week, and we're trying to target the inspiration part, the inspiration aspect of our organization. So with that, we're trying to do some events showing that there's science in everything, and also trying to bring in some Black scientists into the community to inspire as well. So we're trying to not approach everything at the same time, because that will be confusing, and it'll be just too much for us, because we're all college students or just graduated from college. you know. So it's just a lot of, we want to accomplish a lot of things in the organization, but we have to approach it smart.
Yeah, for sure.
So we gotta do it step by step. So right now, we're trying to do the inspiration part because that's cheaper, and it's cheaper and more affordable, and it's easy to do. And I feel like that's the more fun part for people, especially the events that we've come up with. So yeah. So eventually we'll do like field trips and volunteers and stuff like visiting black scientist labs and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely we're gonna do that because that's just part of the experience and trying to like get you into science. That's fits into the inspiration part as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's all part of the process, part of that growth process, So
it's gonna take time, but
but exactly, it's gonna take time, but that's the fun part, and in the future, in 1, 5, 10 years from now, you can look back and look back at it, But I think that's really amazing. I really commend you for that. So for right now, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll go into the quote of the day into our second segment. Welcome back to Everybody Eats. We're here with Miss Rua and her nonprofit, We Are STEM. So we just had a great discussion about that. So now we're going into our quote of the day. So Edom has that quote for us. What is it?
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The quote is, "You can't make decisions based on fear and the possibility of what might happen."
That's good.
Yeah.
Who said it though? I got no clue. That sounds deep though. I want to say like Obama, but nah, right?
Close.
Close.
You can't. That's also the president.
I'll say it again. You can't make decisions based on fear and the possibility of what might happen. Bensky was close with his Obama guess.
Joe Biden? I don't know.
Nope.
Close.
Get it colder.
Is he black?
I'm thinking.
Person is black, yes.
Yeah. Dang.
I ain't giving you any more hints.
Oprah?
What?
Oprah?
No. No. Right gender though, but wrong person.
Michelle.
It's a woman. Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Michelle. There we go.
He said Michelle like he know her.
That's my homegirl. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Got you. Could you say that quote one more time?
You can't make decisions based on fear and the possibility of what might happen.
Got you. Yeah, nah, that's 100%
I thought it
facts.
was a ball player that said it or something.
Nah, that's 100% facts. So if you're too busy sitting thinking about what could go wrong, or you're too busy scared, you're never gonna start that idea. You're never gonna go pursue that thing that you want to do. And then that's how growth happens. When you go, it's okay to be a little bit scared, but like you can't let that stop you. So then once you go take action and you start it, and then it'll become a little less scary. It'll be a little more attainable, and it's like I keep saying, it's all part of the journey. So there's a lot of things with the clothing line, with the podcast, that I've been like, I'm afraid to take the next step. And then when I finally suck it up and do it, I look back and I was like, I was like tripping for no reason. You know what I mean? Like I was just like creating fear in myself, for no reason. And then you think like, it was never that hard, it was never that serious. And then, so shout out to Michelle Obama. Exactly. So shout out to Michelle Obama for that. All right, so let's go into our last segment. So for today, we're talking about 2 articles. So the first one, let me pull it up. I saw this the other day. The title of the article is Uber and Hyundai team up to put flying taxis in the sky. So the article quickly goes. So Uber and Hyundai, they're unveiling a flying taxi that eventually transform your ride sharing. I guess they at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas Monday, two companies revealed a model of a 4-seat electric flying vehicle that they said you'll be able to summon for a ride through Uber's app someday. The first actual prototype will be ready in 2023, according to a Hyundai spokesperson. A human pilot will fly the air taxi until the company's finalized software to autonomously control it, the company said. So the article goes on. But that's the main the main point of it. That is
2023.
2023. So that's it's like 3
That's
years.
like tomorrow.
Well, that's pretty. Did you hear about? To me, that's real similar. I think Uber has like helicopters now. Did you guys see
That's what
that?
I heard,
Yeah.
That's a helicopter, not a flying car.
So
I don't know. I wouldn't rent it.
if you see pictures of it, it looks like.
Looks like a helicopter.
Yeah, it pretty much looks like a helicopter, but it looks like something out of Halo, honestly. If you played any of the Halo games, it looks like something out of there. But it looks pretty sick, but I mean, that's just a prototype. I don't really know what's the difference between this and I guess it would be cheaper than a helicopter. Because even in the article it says, in the meantime, Uber is offering human pilot helicopter rides in Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah, the way I see it is like, how are you, like, alright, so clearly you can't get no average Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street and license them as an Uber driver, give them a medallion or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they have to be trained, like, so, like, do people go to aviation school to be an Uber / Hyundai ride driver or whatever? Like how does that?
No, that worked. That's a good question, because they did say that they eventually want it to be automated. So I guess it would just be
automated.
Well, I'm assuming
not be in the air with no automation.
Yeah, because it says a human pilot will fly the air taxi until the company's finalized software to autonomously control it. So I guess they would have the first people to try and fly it, or the first people to fly it. I'm assuming they're gonna already have that license. I guess you could do you could fly a helicopter or a plane or air taxi, whatever. And then after that, just like they're making like self-driving cars and things like that, I guess it'll just be a self-flying air taxi.
We're not supposed to see anybody but Kim Kardashian, Kanye, like Kylie Jenner, right?
Yeah.
I wonder.
So wait, is it just like in Manhattan?
So
Or is it supposed to be everywhere?
This looks like it's supposed to be everywhere, but it just says, let's see, Boeing's flying car prototype made its first autonomous flight in 2019 outside of DC. Oh no, that's Boeing. So this sounds like it's supposed to be everywhere, but it says it's gonna take a while. It said if things go well, certainly plausible for the next 10 years. There are a lot of tough hurdles ahead. But this sounds like it's supposed to be everywhere. I think just like right now, the Uber helicopter, that's just mainly Manhattan. But I guess this Uber taxi, I'm assuming, well, one, it's probably only going to be in like big cities. One, right? It's not going to be in like, you're not going to go get in the middle of Wyoming. Likely not. You're going to do it in the big cities. And then, I guess.
Well, it's better in Wyoming. They got space. Where are you going to make like the landing pad?
It would have to be probably wherever the helicopters are now. I don't know how the helicopters do it. I'm assuming they have various landing pads and like rooftops. I'm assuming they just like, boom, go there. Or probably like, I think it might be at airports too, because I think the point of the helicopter, the Uber helicopter, I think it's supposed to like take you to the airports. Or to or from.
I thought it was just a plane ride in Manhattan. I didn't know it was gonna take you somewhere.
Yeah, and it was funny. I saw a meme the other day. I think someone was trying to go from the Bronx to JFK, and they're like, "Yo, tell me why the Uber helicopter is cheaper than the Uber ride."
Cheaper,
Which is crazy. Yeah, I would have been in that helicopter so quick. I mean, if it's cheaper than it, definitely, I would have been in that helicopter, 100%. 100%.
I don't know. Somebody flying me. I don't know. That's like a different thing. I have to see literally your license. Like.
Yeah, I mean.
You're piloting, like, whatever.
I mean, it's the same if you go on a plane, no?
Yeah,
Nah, if you don't look like a pilot, like a pilot look like a pilot. And you got some Timbs and like a Nazi jacket on. Yeah, bro.
He flying in with the seat all the way back. Lean back, trying to whip the. No, sir, not me.
Nah, never.
But that's crazy. It was bound to happen anyway, like flying cars and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean it's about time. Like we're supposed to be like the Jeffersons, so that looks pretty cool though. Hopefully.
2023.
Yeah, 2023. I guess that's supposed to be the first.
They're missing something if it's 2023.
Something's going wrong.
Something's wrong.
They said first actual prototype will be 2023, and then it says probably won't get into like full effect for like the next 10 years. But hey, we shall see. That'll be very, very interesting. But I would try it out. I'll
watch.
Let me know how it goes. Word. So that's that article. I found that really interesting. So the next article is titled Google AI can spot possible breast cancer better than trained experts and could dramatically improve detection. So I found this real interesting. So the article reads, as artificial intelligence, Google system could be better at an artificially intelligent Google system could be better at spotting breast cancer than expert radiologists, a new study suggests. The research saw the computer, which was created by Google's AI experts, compared with medical professionals as they both screened mammograms. It found that the AI was largely as good as the humans at spotting indices of breast cancer and that it was much better at avoiding false positives. So again, the article goes on to speak more about it. The next sentence, healthcare experts now hope similar technology can be used to improve the rate of detection of breast cancer, which affects 1 in 8 women and other health issues. So again, the article goes on to speak more about breast cancer and the AI. But I found that to be really, really interesting. Just in the world of automation, of AI, seeing... This goes back to how science is in everything. Seeing how AI affects and is going into every single industry, from teaching, right? Regular school teachers to business and finance. I see it at work all the time. Now into the medical field, being able to detect breast cancer, and to just, simple manufacturing. Just seeing how prevalent, how vast this is going and how many jobs it's reaching. It's kind of cool. Like some people think it's scary. I think it's only really scary if you don't embrace it, so to speak. Like, at this point, we don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? AI is going to keep developing and keep getting more complex no matter what. So I think it's just learning to embrace and adapt. But I think just this article is really interesting. I know breast cancer is no joke. You know what I mean? My mom gets screened every year. I know, that's just, it's an unfortunate truth that women have to go through, and some men as well. But if this can accurately detect, and it says it's better at avoiding false positives, I think this is a great development in the medical field, in the medical industry.
Are you taking jobs?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just one of the scary parts. It's like, I've heard this argument a bunch of times where it's like, maybe it's taking jobs. But then a lot of people argue, well, jobs are being created because there's going to be... jobs are being created in just a different sector. It just means that more jobs are going to be created in the computer programming, AI, coding field. As AI gets more, complex, there's going to be people to create and to run those.
People need to start specializing.
It's gonna start specializing, and then you're just gonna see. Well, this is where organizations like WSTEM come in. Teaching students about sciences. Because the next generation, the most profitable major is going to be in that computer programming, IT, that whole tech field. That is going to be that is currently and definitely for the next generation going to be where all the money is. And I think that's just I think it's kind of a cycle. I feel for a while, I've heard, it used to be accounting, right? Accounting was like, you go to school, you're gonna do accounting, you get out, you can guarantee a job. It's still like that to a certain extent, but like the next wave is gonna be tech, where it's like you go to school, you study tech, you come out, you can have a great job. Or even if you don't necessarily have a degree, a lot of these bigger companies say you don't even need a college degree to get into tech, you just need to have the skills. So if you can even self-teach yourself certain coding skills, and or get familiarized with those type of skills, get internships, you could still be as competitive in these bigger companies where AI is going to be used.
You might not like it, but you need it. Like right now, I took computer science, C++, like that's like the 101 in Queens College, like my sophomore year. I hated it so much. It was so bad. I hated it.
I took a computer science class my freshman year. Honestly, I think that was oh my god. I had no clue what was going on the whole semester. Like honestly, I think and I was so livid. I was so mad because on the description, right, when I did my schedule, it was like intro to computers, right? So I was right? So I'm like, intro to computers. I'm like, all right, they're gonna tell me what a screen is, a keyboard, how the computer works. Like I thought it was like how a computer works. Then that was for the first 2 weeks we're going through parts of a computer. I was like, yo, this is light. Then like week 3, they're like, boom, all right, pull out the coding. I said, what? I was like, excuse me. So I was like, you know what, let me stick it. Yeah, I was like, you know what, let me stick it out. Let me see if I can get it. Yo, nah, it was clipped. I had no clue. And that was like the first class I had to like P&C because I was like, I just couldn't. And it left a crazy bad taste in my mouth. I was like, nah, I'm not touching computer science. I'm not touching none of that. But.
And it's not even that bad. It's who teaches you. Because it's like, for coding, it's like 1,000 ways to do one thing. Yeah. And the thing that, like killed me was the algorithms. Because it said C++ intro. So I was like, getting there, like, okay, you C in this and C out this. Like, you telling the computer what to do and whatever. And then they put some numbers in there. But the numbers don't mean numbers. And the words don't really mean what they mean. Like, it's different. Yeah. And I didn't know, it's like 6 + 3 = 12. Like, I don't know. That's when I knew, like, this is not for me. But, I don't know. It's the way the curriculum is set up. They should have gave you, a prerequisite, like you need to know algorithms to do C++ stuff.
Something.
I don't know, I need it now. Like I have to teach myself Python and Terminal right now, which is not that bad, but teaching myself it was better than what they was teaching me. Because I need it right now because I'm going to Antarctica in February to do for expedition. And I'm going to be doing maps, like bathymetric maps on Python and Terminal. Yeah. So I need to know that skill to, create the maps before I go. And it's not that bad. I don't know. It's the people that teaches you. I feel like that makes it breaks it.
No, for sure. I think for anything, obviously, it's definitely got to be a good teacher. For me, though, like, I was never... Like I always say, like I knew the basics of computers. I was never really too tech savvy. I just knew how to do what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like too well versed. I just knew everything. I knew how to use Microsoft Office and reset a computer, all that basic stuff. So I was never really too into it. And then I just thought it was a cool major. I don't know if I did it for a requirement, an elective. I don't know, but that class was absolutely nuts. I'm so glad the rest of my econ major I didn't need to have to touch that, but but I know I'm gonna have to learn it just to have that as a valuable skill, have some sort of because you never know where life is gonna take you, and you never know when it's gonna become needed. So that's something I need to teach myself. And I know they have like online courses and programs and just YouTube. Honestly, also everything. That's another key thing. YouTube is a great teacher.
Teaches you a lot,
For sure.
It teaches you a lot. They have different, they have apps too, like on the go. You can just code. It's like little game things that you can code in Python or whatever.
What's topic?
No, nothing. Just saying coding is definitely a great useful tool to have. I'm sure we'll have a lot more computer science, engineering, and just people in that section of the sciences on this podcast soon, because that's definitely the next thing that's coming. Everybody's learning to automate everything. Even I know where Bensky works, one of the teams is working with an actual AI. So
yeah, definitely. At work, we've been having that discussion using bots, AI, automation, and all that stuff. So it's touching every field, whether you like it or not. Yeah, maybe it's taking jobs, but it sucks. But at this point, like I said, like it's happening. You know what I mean? So it's like you just have to adapt.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. So just teach yourself a skill, stay on top of it, be watchful of trends, and just stay on top. Make sure that you're teaching the next generation, getting involved, and staying educated. So I think that pretty much sums up everything we want to talk about this episode. Rua, I want to thank you again for coming out. Thank you for being patient with us. Regardless of this podcast, I want to thank you for coming out. I'm really, just as a fellow QC, I'm really proud of the organization that you started, and I'm really excited to see how it grows. I definitely want to keep learning more about the nonprofit space, and who knows, possibly I could, have this podcast turn into a nonprofit or something like that. So who knows?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible, for real.
But I'll definitely keep you guys updated on certain events that we have and stuff.
For sure. So actually, how can people reach out and learn more about WSTEM? Is there a website, Instagram, social media?
Yeah, so on social media, you can add us at We Are STEM NYC.
Okay.
Our Instagram is what we use the most, but we're trying to do every platform, update every platform more. But you guys can just send a DM or email me directly, or the organization directly at wearestem@yahoo.com.
Okay, so one more time, the email is wearestem@yahoo.com.
Yes.
And then for Instagram is just We Are STEM.
We Are STEM NYC.
We Are STEM NYC on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have to DM me, or DM the org that I'm being. Yeah, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, or email the org as well.
All right. So you guys heard it. If you guys are interested, you can go reach out on those two platforms. So again, like I said, I want to thank you for coming out onto the show. For those listening, make sure you tune in to all our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, CastBox. Make sure you're looking up the Everybody Eats podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a review, comment. What are your ideas? If you have anything you want to talk about, if you know any other nonprofits that we should be in contact with, definitely let us know in the comment section. You can hit us up on Instagram page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you're up to date with all our episodes. And also, we are interested in getting a social media marketing intern. We are in the looks for an intern to help with our social media marketing. If you are good at it, if you know anybody, if you have any recommendations, definitely reach out to us. We would love to talk internship. We could do a stipend. We could just help you out, help us out, bring value to each other. So, besides that, that covers everything. I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you guys for coming on to this week's episode, and we'll see you next week.